welcome everyone back to another video. So today I wanted to share with you my top 5 wish list for Battlefield 4's multiplayer with features and changes. Now these aren't going to be major changes like the big ones like destruction, infantry, vehicle combat, because at the moment of what I've seen throughout the multiplayer E3, I see no reason to change any of that because it looks absolutely incredible. And of course that was only an alpha stage, so when the beta and full game is released, it's only going to get better. So I can't wait to try the beta out. But anyway, let's get into the top 5 in no particular order. Let's start at number 1 with the ability to turn your head. Now I've heard a few times about this by other people talking about it in other videos. And I think it would be absolutely incredible because games such as Andr3w Operation Arrowhead, DayZ uses the same thing. But in those games you can turn your head by pressing the Alt key and just moving your mouse around. I think that's amazing because the field of view that you have at the moment, you can change it of course in any other first person shooter, but you can change it to make it bigger, wider, so you can see a larger area, and then you can turn your head to scan the area without actually having to move your entire body, which I think Battlefield, at least Battlefield 4, could definitely benefit from. Because, but the only downside I could see with it is consoles, because most of the buttons on the controller are taken up by throwing your grenade, melee, aim down sights, firing a weapon, crouching, sprinting. They're usually taken up by other commands that you generally need. The only thing I did notice on consoles was if you're on Xbox, at least this is the one I know about, you press down on the D-pad and in a vehicle, jet, helicopter, you can turn your head to look around the cockpit in first person view, which is a very, very good tactic. But running and trying to actually use infantry in the similar way by pressing on the D-pad wouldn't really work as well, I don't think. But either way, I think that'd be a very, very good mechanic to have if they could do it for both platforms, because it's pointless having it for just PC. So anyway, next one is the ability to open and breach doors. Now I have noticed that Battlefield does lack the essence of doors in any of their maps. They do have doors that you can blow open with RPGs, usually garage doors, but what I'm thinking of is just normal door handle doors that you just press down on the door handle and swing open. I'm pretty sure you know how a door works, but you could either do that or have maybe instead of C4 you have breach charges. Games such as Rainbow Six Vegas 2 had very similar things, and maybe instead of having C4 all the time you could have breach charges. This would also help you open doors, get through areas, maybe not just doors, maybe smack it on a wall. I've seen Call of Duty, it happens, it's real life. You smack it on a wall and you click the button, the big red button on your controller, and boom, the wall's gone. That would work very well to open or get through roofs, maybe if they decide to do ceiling destruction or floors. I don't quite know how that would work, but maybe that's going a bit too far. So yeah, the main point is opening doors and breaching doors would be pretty cool. But yeah, moving on to the next one is underwater combat, because as we know, you can now dive underwater, giving you an extra level of stealth and hiddenness. But with underwaterness, if you meet an enemy, what can you do? You can't just swim past him because he might follow you, climb up a surface quicker than you, and then take you out. So maybe if they added knifing underwater, if you were lucky enough to actually swim behind someone, you could maybe just take their dog tags underwater. That may be a bit glitchy and a bit too much. Maybe you could have an underbarrel attachment such as a harpoon, because games like Arma 3, I've seen the underwater mechanics. You could have a specialised gun that fires a harpoon or special rounds to go underwater, because if you don't know already, I learned this recently, the bullets don't actually travel well underwater. You could even fire a 50 cal at the surface of water and it wouldn't go below about 10 feet, which is incredible. But if you had a special gun anyway that you could fire underwater, I think that would be pretty interesting. Or maybe fist fights, you could just punch someone above or below water, it doesn't really matter, just punching people would be pretty cool. Number 4 is to perform hand signals to your team, because I've noticed most of the time when I'm playing Battlefield 3, I don't usually have my mic connected, so I'm not talking to random people or nobody most of the time, because not a lot of people have their microphone connected at all times. So sometimes it's completely silent and you have no way of communicating with your team. Of course, on PC you have the chat thing up on the screen, so you can kind of communicate in some way, but with that you still have to stop, type whatever the message is. Sometimes it's a long message, you have to type that out. That could take a while and you could get killed in that process. So maybe if you could perform a hand signal, but not just that, with the audio cue as well, so you could point at a building or a window, the red triangle would come up, for example, and your character would say enemy sniper over there, or in the Russian accent, and maybe your teammate would see you pointing with your arm outstretched over there, and you would see the sniper and he would help you out. Or maybe you could just go up to a support guy and smack him across the head for not giving you ammo. I think either way that would work very, very well. I do like the support idea as well. That's a good one. Number 5 anyway is real night maps and night and day cycle. I'm not sure if I've spoke about this before, but either way, we've had night maps in Battlefield 3 before. I think Death Valley was probably the most night-ish map we got. It was good, I liked it, but it wasn't really night. It was more of kind of someone switch the lights off and then back on again, in that kind of effect where the light would be gradually coming back, so it'd be grey. Anyway, what I want to see is night maps so the flashlight is actually useful, so you can actually use a flashlight instead of just burning people's retinas out. I think Battlefield could definitely benefit from night maps in some way or another, because as we know, war doesn't just happen at daytime in the bright sunshine. It happens at night, which is very, very dangerous, but I think very interesting, and Battlefield could definitely do with some night maps. Now, taking that one step further with the night and day map theme, having a night and day cycle. So, for example, if the matches of Conquest, because they usually have lots of tickets, lasted, for example, 1 hour or maybe 2 hours, I don't know, I'm guessing. I don't know how many people could stick a single Conquest match for 2 hours, but if the matches and maps were much larger and longer, the maps would be bigger. If they had 2 separate maps in one map, that'd be awesome. But anyway, the matches were a lot longer, and it started off at daytime. It gradually became midday, where the sun is at its brightest, which is hard to talk about because it's Battlefield 3, but either way, it's at its brightest. It stays there for about a minute and then goes to dusk and then nighttime. I think that would be really, really awesome to have a map start in the bright sunshine, then go to nighttime, where you have to switch up your tactics, not only your attachments, your weapons, maybe your playstyle at the same time. I think it would be amazing. But either way, that's all I have for you today. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Do feel free to leave your comments, opinions down in the comments section below. Tell me what you think of any of these features you heard today. If you have your own features you would like to mention, please do leave them in the comment section below as well. Either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time.